Drodzy parlamentarzyści, drogie
Dear parliamentarians who are to give the government a vote of confidence, you were elected by the voters, not by the party bosses. You are obliged to implement what is in your programme. Meanwhile, the main opposition leader wants to move away from the most important demands. We propose to implement your programme as well. We know how to tighten up the tax system, and they are already suggesting that money will run out, because their hands are trembling when journalists ask about the implementation of the 100 specifics they announced in the election campaign. What about the tax-free allowance? What about the 0% housing loan? What about money for women who are returning to the labour market and for their family members? We know how to implement what is good for social policy.
Wiemy jak.
Poland is our common home and we want it to develop. A pillar of these changes is to invest in Polish families because this is the foundation of our society. This investment gives us a future and development. Morawiecki told a press conference that if it was not possible to form a government, he would like to head a new body dubbed the State Work Team, which would be breathing down the neck of our political opponents, all those who will form the government. On the other hand, it will develop the vision we are showing now and will focus on the future so that Poland catches up with the standard of living of the West as quickly as possible, but does not make the mistakes the West is making, he added. Part of the work of the State Work Team will be to show Poles the dangers of the current reform in the European Union, Morawiecki continued. He said that if the changes to the European Union is planning were implemented, the Polish government would have nothing to say on the key topics we are talking about today, such as social policy, tax policy, security and internal affairs.
O tym bardzo wiele mówiliśmy.